Hey, what's going on, guys? Thursday, skill day today, right? Hope you're doing good. Just want to give you a brief update on the market. Let's look at equities and Bitcoin, what's going on. Also, today is a special day. I wanted to show you an indicator I built. Wasn't hard, but I wanted to show you something and also how to add it to your charts if you're interested. So we'll kind of go through the indicator and what it's meant for and what it kind of indicates. It is not the holy grail by any means. But it is a neat look at something that I was looking for a while. And it's the iOshi RSI Rainbow indicator. So before we dig in, please like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter. Send a DM if you'd like access to our community in Telegram. So first, let's look at Dow Jones. We look at S&P all the time, but we'll look at Dow Jones for today. We had a pretty amazing reversal. Open gap up, sell off, and this corresponded with Bitcoin. I mean, it was immediately upon open that Bitcoin started selling off, right? And fell out of the pattern, and now Bitcoin we'll see it, but it is now trying to reverse Dow Jones hats. Key level here on Dow Jones, 34,000. Let's look on the daily where we are. It's interesting. S&P is a little bit higher than this, but Dow Jones is up to the it was earlier today, right here, the 382. So we poked through the 382, but we haven't broken through. Remember yesterday's candle close was a body candle above the previous body. On S&P, I believe this candle was higher than these previous three, but S&P and Dow aren't exactly the same. So we look at both. But anyways, just want to look at the Dow Jones today for the pattern. It's the same. All equity markets are the same. A couple other interesting things. Crude had a massive dip here in the last hour or two on crude futures. We'll take a quick look at that. But so this is the picture, the snapshot for equities. This is what they look like. If you go to crude futures, drop from 116. That's just what the daily candle looks like. We're just overextended, honestly. And if we go to the hourly, I mean, if you have to zoom in to really see the drop here, but in the big picture, it just came up here to 116 and, pretty overextended there and dropped back. So I had a short idea on a break and break, so we haven't gotten that yet, but, we'll keep our eyes on it. But that's interesting. Commodities are selling off a bit. Dow equities kind of under pressure, have rebounded. Watch the Dow Jones at 34,000. That's a key level. Now let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin fell out of this pattern. And if you look at the hourly here, and let's just do this. If you zoom in on the hourly, we had from 4 a.m. Central Time, we were climbing, kind of broke a range. RSI looked strong. We fell right off the ledge. Let me zoom in on the 5-minute here. We fell right off this ledge here. And, that was 8:30 right at equities open, right? So going into open, Bitcoin was melting or cooling off a bit, nothing crazy. Right at equities open, boom, down we go. So I would say in the near term, we have deviated from our fractal pattern a little bit, but this isn't too, like if you go back to classical charting and what I'm looking at, what I'm looking for, this is what I shared with you guys. Look, this pattern these are almost identical patterns. Like this one, so we ramped up, put in this pattern with a kind of a supporting structure pattern, nothing speaks to me here, but boom, you fell out of it, you found strength, plowed out, right? So what do we have here? Pump up out of this supporting pattern. I don't really know if it's called anything. Look, right before we dropped, what did we do? We ramped and we looked like we were kind of coming out. Look at that. We ramped, look how we were coming out. Pretty classic fallout pattern. I mean, I've just seen it a lot, right? It's where it kind of like rebounds, and then before you take the next leg up, you drop, find some floor somewhere, and maybe this comes back to some old horizontal levels here. But you fall out, you find some support, and then you build a little bit of strength. So I don't know if this is this is it or what. If this is possible, that might be what we're doing here. So keep an eye on that. We'll see what happens. Key levels to watch on Let's go downside. Key levels to watch on the downside are, get the horizontal ray tool here. I would say this level here, kind of the support zone back from here at 41.7. So kind of this level, possibly we come down to there. See how this level really didn't look. I mean, you got to make it up, right? Like, look, it held support here, but I mean, who would have said that's where it's going to turn, right? So a lot of this analysis is after the fact anyways, guys. We know that. But yeah, I bet everybody is saying we're coming back to here, including me probably at this point, you know, saying, oh, we could come back to, you know, 36.6. Nope, didn't turned. You know, so we're going to come back to 41.7, or we're going to come back to, you know, 40K psychological level, or we're going to come back to, you know, to test this breakout here at 39.8 or 40K. Maybe, but are we going to launch forward again? I don't know. We'll see. Impossible to predict that stuff, guys. But what are the charts saying right now? We do have an RSI that's oversold. You know, we've been cooling since this entire pattern. Look, previous pattern, we had a cool off. We did also have another fake out here, right? So we faked out, dropped, came back down, printed a higher low on RSI, gained strength again. This time we had a fake out. We actually had a couple in here. 1, 2. Now we are a lower low, and we're trying. It looks like we're trying to curl a little bit, but you know, nothing too evident yet. So that's what the chart's saying right now is we are oversold. Trend is micro, or the local trend is down right now. Trying to find some support so we can get a next leg up. That's the story. So, all right, let's get into the RSI tool that I built. It's called the iOshi Rainbow RSI. Credit to YouTube and the internet for helping me understand the code and build this. That's where I learned. That's where I learned most of all my stuff is watching other coders and then figuring it out, putting things together. But let me show you. Let's blast this regular RSI and let's look at the RSI Rainbow. Okay, there's nothing fancy about this. The only thing it does is it overlays multiple time frames of RSI on one chart, right? So you have the number one thing is the white RSI line is your current chart time frame. So I'm on the 1 hour right now. So this white line is the 1 hour RSI, right? The red line is the 5-minute RSI. So watch, I'll go to the 5-minute chart, and now the RSI is white. That's the 5-minute RSI. So let's stay here on the 5-minute. I might be able to show you guys a little bit easier here. So the white is the 5-minute RSI in the same track, so you don't have to change your time frames. You also get to see what's going on with the 15-minute, which is the orange. So you go over here, 5, 15, 30, 62, 40. So 5 is red, 15 is orange, 30 is blue, 1 hour or 60-minute is green, and 240 or 4 hour is purple. So you can see your different RSIs on the same track. So you say, hey, my 4-hour RSI is up here, my 5-minute is here, my 15-minute is here, my 30-minute, my 1 hour. I mostly look at, you know, daily, 4-hour, 1 hour, I mean, down to 5-minute. 5 minutes kind of like the early indicator, right? I mean, as you can see here, look, and I'm showing you data from this morning, but you see how these RSIs were all together up here? You see how the 5-minute fell off the ledge and the others were high too? Like you had the 15-minute above the 65 level. You did have the 30-minute above the 65 level. The hourly wasn't quite there yet, but was high, and everything fell together. You see, like, so 5-minute tracks first. I should change this color. Let me do that to red. 5-minute tracks first, followed by the 15-minute, then the 30, then the hour, then the 4-hour, right? So what I use this for now is looking for confluence, or where everything pinches together, right? So that was the whole intent of this, is to, well, let's go to the daily, right? So the daily RSI is going to be in white, and I'm looking for areas where we have everything together in one spot. You know, like on this chart, I can see, hey, look at my daily my daily RSI is way down here. My 5-minute is way well back here. You know, the 5-minute bounced first, and it's a little bit early, you know, it's even pretty early. But that's why I really like to see, like, okay, my 1 hour's crossed, my 5 minutes crossed, let's start. My 5 minutes crossed, 15, 30, 1 hour, 4 hour, and then here comes daily, right? So when you have a bigger reversal, you'll see and this is what I've mentioned to you guys, but you'll see 5 minute, then 15, then 30, then 1, then 4, then daily, right? And the same for the top too. You know, in here the daily didn't quite get up there that high, but you have the daily coming down. The 4 hour was way up here, came, you know, it's down, you know. So now look at our RSIs, and then this is keying on the daily chart, but the daily RSI has broken below 65. 4 hours too. So yeah, we could see a cool off here, and you know, we'll see what you know, what happens. But the charts right now on the daily indicate that we're going to cool off, or that we are cooling off. And for me, in my indicator, my favorite is the RSI. Just been around the world 80 ways, and landed back here on RSI and trend lines, right? So here is all of my RSIs on one spot. Again, the daily chart, I have dailies pointing down, 5 minute, you know, leads, and then you have 15, 30, and then in the code you can change this. So 2 last things, I'll let you guys go for today. It's in Pine Editor, so you have to click on Pine, and this is the code, and you can change all this stuff. You can change your RSI time. I have it default at 9. Change it to whatever you want, 12, 14, 50, whatever. It's just a number, right? So, and then all these time frames, these inputs, you can get a sense when you read through it, like what's going on. If you're familiar with code. If you're not, there are some basic things in here, like the colors. You can change the colors either in the code, or you hit Pine again and kind of smash it down. Here on the gear icon, you come into here and you can change your colors this way too. Right? You can also change your RSI levels. You can change your visibilities, that sort of thing. The inputs are your resolutions, so you can change your RSI resolutions, and then you can change your colors. This is the white is always what time frame you're on the current chart, and that's about it. So it's pretty basic, but it allows everything in one spot and allows you to look for confluence and kind of bigger directional signals in my mind for trend. You know, things like this to me was all together. That's a little bit sloppier, but that's kind of a crisp, sharp turn. And then things start to separate. So you do start seeing where things are separated or where they're together, right? So again, it's not the holy grail, but you know, I do like it. I like it for having everything at one spot. How do you add it to your chart? Okay, so if I go to tradingview.com and you go out to back to the home page and you go back to indicators, you land on, and this is the link to it. I sent it in the Telegram. I'll put a link to the description in the video, in the description below, to the tradingview.com link. But so this is it. It's iOshi RSI Rainbow. You can search for it or find the link. And then what you do is click on this. Want to use this script on a chart and see the question mark? You just click on that. And then this pops up. So it's, I want to add published by another user, and this walks you through it basically. To open the list of indicators marked by favorites, click on the indicators button on the chart page and select favorites. So you click on indicators and you mark favorites, and then you click on it and it'll add it to the chart. So let's do it. So you go back to the chart. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like we're falling down here again on a 5 minute. So yeah, looks like we'll go down there before we can find a floor if we don't turn around. So click on indicators and you go to favorites, and you can see, like, I already have the iOshi RSI Rainbow, but let's see if we search for iOshi, and it's already in my favorites, so it's going to show up. But it should show up right here. You click on it and it'll pop up. Since I already have it as code, I think it's twice. So I'll blast that one. But there it is, and you can click down here and you can modify your settings or whatever you want to do. That's how you add it to the chart. So that's what it's all about. That's a skills day, is to look at indicators and add one if you'd like, and how to look at it. You know, for me, it's, you know, I'm looking at things that are together or separated. So when I see, like, early this morning before the equities market opened, everything was bunched up here at the top. And so I'm going to sell off. Now I'm on the 5 minute chart, so it's white on RSI, right? So 5 minutes sold off first. We did get a bounce. RSI bounced here. but not much on price. And here we go again. So, you know, we'll see if we can get things at the bottom here, or what it needs to turn this around. But we'll be watching that. But there's a cool new indicator for you. It's free. Just go to TradingView, enjoy it. All I ask is you give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. So that's it, guys. Have a great day. Enjoy it. We'll see you tomorrow.